is starting now. I think the stream is starting. All right. Anybody on Twitch? Can you let me know if the stream is up? Hi, Ann. Hi. Don't worry. I'm gonna continue the story in a little bit. I just want to make sure. I just want to verify that the Twitch stream exists. I'm back. Woohoo! All right. I hope that it doesn't end up going way behind again. Am I 144p? Is that real? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. So wait. Twitch stream. What was the last part? I might have to retell a good chunk of the story. I'm sorry, in live chat. But what was the last part of the story you heard? Because I might have to retell it a little bit. I'll try to speed it up a little bit. I'll try to like fast forward like through it quickly, but just so you get the major plot points, okay? Because we ended on kind of a cliffhanger, and I don't want like some of you guys to be lost. So please let me know. Please let me know what the last thing you heard, Twitch chat, in terms of the plot. We were 5 minutes behind. So did you hear the part? Did you hear the part about where? So I'm sure you probably heard the part about where I said that my musical, the musical that I was playing piano for, was interfering with my photography classes. I think I said that. Like I was doing photography as an elective, and the professor was like really like a super hard ass about it. Yeah. And I was doing a musical at the same time. So basically my musical rehearsals were interfering with my photography class. I was missing a lot of photography class, but I wasn't really that worried about it until my photography professor pulled me aside and basically said in no uncertain terms that if I didn't quit the musical, like didn't even say like you have to make it to class, just said if you don't quit this musical, I'm going to give you a 0 for the whole class. I'm going to fail you out of the class. And he didn't say this because he didn't know. I don't know if he knew about my scholarship, but in my mind, I was like, well, if he does that, then I'm gonna lose my scholarship. And so I was like, I felt like I didn't have a choice, right? I felt like I didn't have a choice, so I ended up emailing the music director and the director and saying, I'm sorry about this. I know it's like it really sucks, and you're gonna be in a tough spot because you need a piano player. But I'm basically being told that if I don't quit the musical and you know deal with this photography class, that I'm going to lose my scholarship and I won't be able to go to school anymore, and I just can't do it, right? So that was the cliffhanger that we ended on. And I was saying, what do you guys think that the director and the musical director did in response to this email? Do you think that they emailed me back and they said, I'm so sorry to hear about this, but we will get a new piano player. I wish you the best. 2, do you think that they said, hey, we'll talk to the photography guy and we'll talk to the school and we'll get this sorted out so you don't have to lose your scholarship? Or 3, do you think that they pulled me aside one day and put me in a small room with all the directors of the play and multiple cast members to basically surround me and bully me until I agreed to stay in the play? Which one do you think happened? Which one of these things sounds reasonable and logical? Small room as dessert? All right. Spoiler alert. Number 3. They did number 3. Instead of handling this in a reasonable manner, okay, all the theater people, okay, staged an intervention of sorts. This is what my thumbnail is referencing. They staged an intervention of sorts where so it was like so shady. It was so shady because I had pretty much resigned from the play, right? So like they like caught me like one day. Like I don't know if they were waiting for me or something, but like literally I was walking by like the play, like the building where they do like the play stuff. I was walking by there one day and then somebody told them I was gonna be there that day. That's another thing that like freaks me out because I did have something scheduled there that day. Like I did have, I don't remember if it was a class or a club, but I had something scheduled there that day. And so they knew I was going to be there and they snatched me that day. They snatched me up that day and because the director saw me and they had everybody in the room. Like they scheduled this, right? So they saw, the director is the one who saw me and saw me and was like, hey, could I talk to you for a second? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And I was kind of nervous because I knew that she probably wasn't very happy with me because I had just quit the play, right? So I was like, yeah, sure. So she brings me to one of the practice rooms. And in the practice room, which is a small room, it's like her, the music director, the like assistant director, like a bunch of my fellow cast members, all the leads of the musical, like a bunch of my friends. Well, I mean, not close friends, but like people I consider to be my friends, right? Other band members, like all in this room, like in a circle, and they put me in this chair and they sit me down. Now, this is a crazy part of the story, and I feel bad because I don't think I have it anymore, the recording anymore. But I had a recorder because I also remember I said I got involved in so many clubs and stuff. I also worked on the school newspaper, so I had a recorder for when I like worked on the school newspaper. So I had the recorder like in my bag, and I quickly like turned it on. So I have a recording of this hazing session. I do. Well, I used to. I don't know if I have it anymore because I don't think I really have any more of these recorders. Well, unfortunately, the recorder doesn't really come into it because I never ended up. I mean, obviously, I told people about this, but I didn't like report on it for the newspaper or anything. Like, it just happened. So yeah, they basically surrounded me, and they basically were telling went around in a circle and basically said how I'd be ruining their lives, like if I quit this play. Like basically, everyone went around a circle and told me like how shitty it would be if I left the play, because the situation was. Basically, so we were getting like fairly close. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I understand the situation they were in, but I don't think they handled it properly. Because yes, I agree, it would have been really shitty for them if I left, because there really wasn't enough time. There really wasn't enough time between me leaving and the play like being presented, like for somebody else to step in and learn it. But like I felt like I had no choice, because I felt like it was either the play or I lose my scholarship, right? It wasn't worth losing my scholarship over. So yes, we probably could have worked it out with the school administration or something, but at the time I was naive. I just thought I didn't have a choice. So So they go around a circle. They basically, and I'm like, okay, I'm obviously, like, if you look at my thumbnail, I'm crying, okay? I'm really upset and freaking out because I'm surrounded by all these people by myself, okay? Basically saying how I'm ruining their life. And so at the end of it, I didn't feel like I had any other choice except to say, yeah, sure, fine, I'll keep doing the play, okay? Or I'll keep doing the musical, all right? So... agreeing to still do the musical. So after that situation, I emailed them again, and I was like, yeah, so I know I said I would still do the musical, but we still have this situation. I said yes. So we still have this situation where I'm gonna lose my scholarship, and so how it ended up happening was that I basically told my photography professor that I quit the musical, but then I ended up still being in the musical. And what they did was they just, like, all of the, like, mandatory rehearsals where they always, like, put on the email notice, like, 100% mandatory. If you don't attend this rehearsal, you can't be in the play. You know, just to, like, scare tactic people into coming. I didn't have to necessarily attend all of those. So we ended up working it out. Where I stayed in my photography class. I think I ended up getting like a B- in my like photography class, by the way. Like, I didn't even do that bad in my photography class, even though I hated it. And so now, like, anytime I see like a fancy camera, like I have like okay, not a panic attack, but like I like never want to touch a fancy camera again, because we were like you know working with like, you know, fancy, like what do you call them, DSLR, I don't know, but the fancy cameras, not like those easy to use like digital cameras that I prefer, and obviously not phone cameras. But I don't ever want to use another camera that's not a phone camera after that class. All right. But anyways, so I ended up passing the photography class. I was still in the musical. I was thoroughly traumatized by the end of the whole situation. And that was that story. All right. And so the last but not least story, okay, because I want to cover everything that was on my thumbnail. This is a short, sweet story. I already kind of spoiled it, but I'll get into it. So basically, this was my senior year, you guys. Okay. This was my last hurrah. Rixie, afraid of cameras? I I am the shutter sound, the click, the the trauma. Anyway, no, not really. I'm not literally. Thank you for the clap, Young Che. Thank you so much, or Che Young. Thank you. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm not actually afraid of cameras, but I will say, it just makes me cringe. Like, maybe like the way that, like, I don't know. You know, some people like don't like country music and it makes them cringe. Like, I don't know. Photography makes me cringe now after all that. But anyways, the shutter makes me shudder. Yeah. So the last story, yes, it was the Christmas party of my senior year. So it was my last Christmas party of my college days. And yes, I was a partier. But honestly, it's crazy because I really don't even have that many crazy party stories. You know, a party is a party, especially when you're a robot. You know, you go there, you get turned and you dance and you do whatever else you do, and then you go home, and at like 3 a.m. you take the walk of shame, right? Okay, a party's a party, but this party I do kind of have a little bit of a story. So it was a Christmas party. And you know me, you know Rixie. Rixie's very festive. Rixie. So I was wearing a Santa hat, and I was wearing an ugly sweater. And I was wearing leggings with reindeers on them, and I was festive as hell. I probably had I had like tinsel or whatever you call it, around my neck. Like I was very festive for the Christmas party. Okay. Now I was there at the Christmas party having fun, and then one of my homies. Was like, hey, there's this girl over there, and she thinks you're really cute, and she really likes you. Okay, I know we were like seniors in high school. I mean, I know we're seniors in college, but like, I know that sounds really high school, but that's basically what happened, okay? I was Christmas maxing. Yes, I was Christmas maxing. So one of my homies was like, yeah, that chick digs you. Okay, so the way I said it was actually not the way he said. The way he said it was like, he was like, yeah, that chick digs you. Yeah. And, by the way, my friend, he wasn't a bro. He was like, okay, I don't know if I should say, like, he's like a gay guy, so he was like, one of the girls sort of, so he was kind of like, yeah, like she digs you, like you should you should totally like kiss her or something. And I was like I'm Christmas maxing right now, and he was like, there's a mistletoe over there, and so he kept trying to get me and the girl to go under the mistletoe together. That was the plot, right? And I was like, I don't know. I don't really know her. Like, I don't really know her. I was feeling, I don't know. I'm not usually very shy, but maybe I was feeling kind of shy. And he was like, no, it's fine. Like, you can go under the mistletoe together or whatever. And so at some point, eventually, we did end up under the mistletoe together, and we did end up doing what you do under mistletoe, and definitely only did that. We definitely only kissed on the mistletoe and nothing else, 100%. So then later, okay, so then the next morning, actually, no, it wasn't the next morning. Here's the thing, that's a crazy thing. It wasn't the next morning. It wasn't the next morning because I guess somebody saw us. Kissing on the mistletoe or whatever, and who was at the party, and they told somebody who told me that that girl has a fiance who also goes to the school. Okay. And so it was actually, I was still Christmas maxing. That's what the craziest part. I was still Christmas maxing. Okay, I had my Santa hat on. I had my tinsel. Okay, and somebody had been like, "Wait, that girl that you just emerged from under the mistletoe with? Yeah, she's got a fiance. He goes to this school. Yeah." And I was like, what? And okay, listen, imagine like remember you guys were saying like, oh, you college Rixie was so pure. I really was. So I was like, oh no, I was like, I'm ruined. I was so upset. And my gay friend who set this all up, I was like yelling at him. I was like, it was drama, you guys. Let me tell you, it was drama. I don't know where the girl went. She fucked off somewhere. She went to be with for her boyfriend to slurp up the sloppy seconds or something. And I ended up in a room with my friend, my friend who set this up, my other friends, the friend who snitched on the girl with the fiance, and we were all in a room, and I was like, it was like that meme of the girl screaming at the cat, like the lady yelling at the cat who's eating a salad. It was it was like me and my other friend pointing at because apparently my gay friend knew she had a fiance and he never told me. It was a whole thing. It was drama, you guys. And I was like, she had a fiance. She had a fiance, and then come to find out she has a kid. She, guys, she had a kid who she had when she was a teenager. Cause then I started stalking her on Facebook because I was like, I need to find out about this fiance, right? So, so I go on Facebook. I'm like on her Facebook. She has a kid. Yeah. So she was like, let me think. She was a senior too, but I think she was like a super senior or something, because I think she was a little bit older than us. I think she was maybe like 25, right? I mean, I'm a robot, right? So I'm like whatever age, but like I guess canonically I would have been like what, 22, 23. So she was like maybe 25, but she had a kid who was like 9 or 10. Okay, she was like a full-grown kid with like a full like a frontal lobe and everything. Okay, so I go on her Facebook. She's got a full-grown kid. Her fiance. I really went there to look at her fiance. Her fiance looked like a lumberjack. Okay, he looked like Paul Bunyan. He, first of all, like, okay, he was like a ginger, and like he had like one of those. He had like one of those like lumberjack beards, like you know what I'm talking about, and like a mustache and everything. And he was muscular, and it was Christmas time, so there was at least one picture of him wearing like a red flannel. He looked like a lumberjack, really. And I was like, he's gonna crack me in half with his lumberjack arms. He's gonna crush me like a tin can, and he's gonna throw me out into the recycling center. It's over. And my friends were trying to calm me down. They were like, Rixie, like, I don't think he's gonna care that much. Like, or he's not gonna find out. Actually, that's not what they said. They didn't say he's not gonna care. They said he's not gonna find out. They were like, Rixie, he's not gonna find out. Who's gonna tell him? Nobody's gonna tell. He's not gonna find out, right? And I was like, I was so upset. No, I don't want to. That's exactly what I didn't want. I was horrified. I was horrified. So my friends calmed me down eventually. I was okay. I was upset, but I ended up being okay. All right. He never found out, or if he did, he didn't care enough to come find me. Okay. He never found out. It was just a kiss, you guys. It was only a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only okay. Anyways, it was definitely only a kiss. But anyways, here's the epilogue of this last story. The epilogue is that shortly after that, like maybe like a month after that, she announced on I did friend her on Facebook because I kind of like wanted to like kind of stalk her. I don't know, maybe that was a bad move. Maybe that was a bad move if I didn't want her boyfriend to find out about us, or her fiance. But I don't know. Listen. I ended up friending her on Facebook. I never talked to her again. I saw her on campus, but like I just friended her on Facebook just to like, I don't know, keep tabs on her. And about like a little bit less than a month later, she announced that she was pregnant with her second child. And when I tell you that for like half a second my heart skipped a beat, and then I was like, wait, no, that's not how that works. But anyway, my son is like 7 now. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I did not. But I'll be honest though. When I saw when she was like, I'm happy to announce that, like, when she had like, it was like an ultrasound or something, right? So I was like, as soon as I saw, like, for like half a second, I was like, oh shit, and I was like, no, wait, that's. I'm good. I think I'm in the clear. I think I'm good. But yeah, so sometimes I still think about my son. What grosses me out though is that she probably, even though I'm not the father, obviously, she probably was pregnant. when I kissed her under the mistletoe, she was probably already pregnant at that point, right? Anyways, I'm happy for her and her lumberjack husband. She ended up marrying him, by the way. I kept tabs on her on Facebook for a little bit. I hate when I kiss someone and then they have my child. Yeah. But anyways, those were the 3 3 main college stories I wanted to tell you guys. Rixie the mother kids, I guess technically. Like I said, she had a kid because I did the math. Like she had a kid who was fully grown, and I did the math, and she had to have had that kid when she was like 16 or 15 or 16. So, yeah, and then she had another kid. So yeah, that was the mistletoe, my crazy Christmas party of my senior year. I'll let you imagine whatever year that was. It was quite a while ago. Like I said, my kid has a frontal lobe now, and then Rixie joined Nexus to afford the child's not the child support. No. No, it's all good. Nope, the lumberjack is still paying for that kid. I don't know where they are, and I don't use Facebook anymore. So I'm like, I haven't used it for a while, so I don't know how the kid's doing or anything. But that was Rixie Mills Pain. All right, guys. Those were my crazy college stories. I would love to do more story times with you guys. I don't know if my robo life is interesting enough though. What do you guys think? I don't know. Those were some of my best stories. But I'm sure I could think of some other things to tell you guys one day. But yeah. It's only 9:30. It feels like even later at night. All right, but I should still get some rest. But thank you guys, and thank you Twitch chat for being patient while I figured out the lag issue. You think I have a well, thank you so much, Chae Young. I hope you have a wonderful life. It was nice to meet you today, Chae Young. I'm sorry that your name doesn't show up on Anna but I really appreciate you sticking around during the whole story time. Yeah, thank you. I'll try to think, maybe I can do another story time. I kind of like these. These are kind of fun. I got to share a little bit of my life with you guys about some of the silly, maybe you'll find out how dumb Rixie really is. In all these stories. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you the happiest ending, which is that I was the first sentient robot to graduate from that college. Yes, I did graduate, and it all turned out good. Yep. I didn't lose my scholarship or anything. And Brightful Technologies was very proud of me. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna find somebody to raid. And now I'm in Nexus. So how many little Rixies around? No, there's no little Rixies out there, you guys. I'm a robot, all right? I'm shooting literal bullets, metal bullets. Not even blanks, just real metal bullets that could kill somebody. All right, go Chloe. You guys are funny. All right, actually, I'll say goodbye to Anna first. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Chae Young, for chatting. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the heart, Chae Young. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody at Anna. I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna give you a big kiss. Mwah. Bye-bye. All right, and Twitch chat. Little Rixies are ransomware. You guys, can I set up a throne for my kid? I don't know what my kid likes. I don't know anything about them. I don't. I just know it's a boy. That's all I know. It's a modern Charlemagne. 300 years from now, every human on Earth will be the same. You guys took one story of me obviously just kissing under the mistletoe, okay? And turned it into me being everybody's daddy. That's crazy. I haven't found the milk. Oh no. No, it's okay. Don't worry. He's being raised by a very nice lumberjack, okay? Who I'm sure is making lots of money doing whatever lumberjacks chop wood, I guess. Please nerf Don Sote autobiography. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, let's see. Oh wait, this is the wrong tab. Let me see who's online for me to raid. Protection while hand holding. I have protection. The protection called infertility due to being a robot. What are you talking about? When they had LCDs, not eyes, the kid has to. Oh my gosh. I don't think I'm ever gonna live this story time down, huh, you guys? Wait, why is it? Oh, you know what? The reason I can't see who's live is because I had to log out of Twitch before because I set up. I had to. They're on, guys. They're working on the affiliate. They just needed me to They needed me to set up the two-factor on the Google Authenticator or something, so they can access my account properly, so that they can set up the affiliate. So that should be coming soon. Today was very average, Rixie. What does that mean? Is that a good thing? I don't know. What would not average Rixie be? I don't know. All right. Now I'm logged in. There we go.
We're gonna go into
Oopsie.
round 2 now, which
Sorry. I didn't have that muted. Let's see. Ooh, okay. This person is this is Majide Maki, and they are memeing right now, and they have such a cute avatar. I'm gonna raid you into Majide or Maki, is I think what they go by. So you can go watch memes with them, since my life is a meme, and I think this is a logical transition. All right. Crazy stories of Rixie is standard. I hope you like it. Yes, yes, there will be a Rixie sub button soon. There will be emotes. All right, get excited. But oops, I almost typed raid in their chat. That's embarrassing. All right. All right. I'll see you guys later. Big kiss for Twitch chat. There's your kid. Oh, don't get pregnant. Uh-oh, no, you're all pregnant. Oh no. Bye-bye.